For those who haven't seen the Alliance of American Football, their first game, San Diego versus San Antonio, and San Antonio won that game. That was on Saturday. Today, Sunday, tonight, there'll be two more games, and I just want to say that first game was just absolutely awesome on CBS. I truly thought that was a great game. And I truly like what they're doing as far as trying to make a great developmental league for the NFL. Speaking of that, there is obviously a good relationship because some of these games are actually going to, the Alliance games are actually going to broadcast on the NFL Network. So there is a relationship. I was thinking that I thought it would be interesting if you had, I thought it'd be really awesome if you had guys like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, even Peyton Manning, big NFL star quarterbacks coming over and even playing in some aspects to teach these up-and-comers prospects for the NFL. And then you would have guys, well, it wouldn't be fair if AJ Styles was the quarterback of one of these teams for like guest quarterbacks is what we're talking about. I think if you had a Aaron Rodgers, then you would have a guest quarterback, and he could go up against Tom Brady. You could even almost guarantee dream scenarios that you couldn't really always get in the NFL, where you could always put on Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers games that you couldn't just do that in the NFL, and you could actually do that, and it'd be beneficial for the quarterbacks because they would get hand in hand. Like, they don't have to play a whole game. It could be like every other quarter, or it could be the first quarter, just to give these guys the experience of playing with these quarterbacks to help build the NFL's future brand in quarterbacks. Let's be honest. There's no next guard. You have your Tom Brady's, your Peyton Mannings, your Eli Mannings. That's the last guard. When you try to think who could be the next Peyton Manning, who could be the next Eli Manning, who could be the next Aaron Rodgers, when we had Brett Favre in Green Bay, it was pretty obvious that Aaron Rodgers was going to be the guy who was going to replace Brett Favre. I really don't see that. Maybe here and there you can see it in the NFL, but across the whole league, there's a lack of quarterback household names. And I think that this league, you could take some of these guys, because I think it's in the best interest of the NFL to make sure the Alliance is very successful in producing more stars and creating a feeder system that brings guys up. Instead of depending so much at the college level, I think that this could be the future of how the NFL takes in players versus pulling them out of college. These guys can come up. They can know what it's like to play. Not just be a lot of these guys get stuffed. 500 players get stuffed in the combines of the NFL, and they still never know what it's like to play an actual game. This can give them that element. And if you could take guys like, since it's not in the same season time, you could take these guys like Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, make dream games that would get big ratings, so you can make lots of money. And you could only do those games where, if you're going to use NFL stars, those games are only for the NFL Network. You could do something like that. Or you could do those big star level games where they have no standing on the tournament that leads to their version of the Super Bowl championship game. Those, you could just do games to draw ratings. Maybe when you're doing like two games, or towards the end of the season when you're trying to build momentum going into your big game, you could do that in a game that doesn't matter. Maybe two teams that have already been knocked out as an attraction to try to get more people to watch your championship game. And of course, your championship game, there's just tons of options. I even think that this could overlap, where it could start at the playoff season, when the NFL's playoff season is ending, when people are still watching football. Put it on Saturday, and obviously the NFL games will be on Sunday. I think you could have a hell of an overlap. You could even do, a lot of these games could air right before these games could actually air right before. Now, I know that's not how it's currently set up. It's currently to have different seasons at different times of the year, which is cool too. But I'm just saying, if this league wants to grow more teams, because right now they only have 8 teams, there's definitely room to do that. And you can go across. You can be on at the same time of the year as the NFL without competing against them. You can always be on Saturday. You can always never. You can basically sign a contract with the NFL saying, we're never going to run games against your games. In a lot of cases, you're going to see that that's not going to happen anyways because their deals with CBS. The NFL has a deal with CBS. And then they're on the NFL Network, and obviously the NFL Network's always going to put an NFL game over a developmental league. So there's a great relationship that this is a developmental league with the belief that you can create players that will eventually one day be great for the NFL. And I think this will ultimately make the NFL what it's been lacking the past 5 years, which is very interesting, good football. New rules can be introduced in this league, and then if they work, you obviously take them over to the NFL. Anything that this league does as an experiment can be done. Referees can get better in this league, and then they can be taken to the NFL. And then there's just tons of options, different camera angles, everything. Everybody in the NFL will get better, whether it's production or football players or staffing or coaching. Everybody's going to get better because of the alliance. God bless each and every one of you. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. And don't forget to watch the game tomorrow. Tomorrow or today actually, because I'm recording this first thing in the morning. Sunday, there's going to be 2 more games, so you should definitely check those out as well. God bless each and every one of you. Ring the bell, subscribe to the channel.